Greetings, chess aficionados, as we dig a bit deeper into the Petrov's defense. Knight f6, and we're going to take that pawn, and black is going to drive us off, as he should do, before taking back with d6, knight f3, and pawn takes pawn. And I'm going to recommend knight c3, as I did in the last video where we covered d5 here, which is a big mistake. So here we're going to go into the main line where black takes and we take back. So the pros and cons. So for black does have an extra center pawn. But the pros for us is, or a little bit ahead in development, and both our bishops have really good scope, whereas really only his light squared bishop has good scope. So anyway, let's move forward. So by far and away, black's main move is bishop e7 to facilitate castling. And we're going to play bishop e3 to facilitate our own castling. Almost all the time we're going to castle queenside here. It's going to put our rook on the open file. And generally, most times, you're going to see opposite side castling. We are going to go over some lines where black instead also tries to castle queenside himself. But we'll get to that. More often than not, black is going to castle kingside. We're going to play queen d2. And here, most of the time, black will play knight d7. It is possible for black to play knight c6, but knight d7 is a bit more flexible. As the arrows indicate, black's knight has a lot more range, whereas if he goes to c6, he's pretty much only got this square to go to. So it cuts out quite a bit of his options. So we're going to look at knight d7, and we're going to go ahead and castle queenside here. And in this particular video, we're going to look at knight f6, which is by far the main move. Black does have other options. He could play c6, he could play knight c5, he could play knight e5. But more than half of games continue with knight f6. So we're going to look at this first. So now we're going to play bishop d3. And I'll go back just a moment to explain something briefly. So basically, if black plays something like c6 first, we're not going to play knight d3. Basically, we're kind of waiting. It's like a cat and mouse game. And we're waiting to see where black puts his knight. For instance, if he puts his knight here, we're not going to play bishop d3 because we really want to keep this bishop. This bishop is on a really nice piece looking at black's king. So we don't want to necessarily give it up so easily. So, but as soon as black goes to f6, now is our chance to come to d3. And yeah, black has really two main moves here. Far and away, the main move is to play c5, which at first glance might look a bit strange because he's leaving this pawn backwards. But very soon he'll probably play d5 as well. And yeah, one thing to note, this pawn might look a bit annoying, both of these pawns, and we might want to try to stop d5 here. But generally, we don't want to play c4 here because of the move b5. And basically here, I'm not going to get too deep into this, but basically black can sacrifice some pawns. And yeah, all of a sudden he's got a lot of pressure. Yeah, potentially taking with the bishop, then taking back with the rook. Maybe double the rooks on the a file, or put this rook here and the queen here. Again, I'm not going to go too much in depth on this, but we don't want to play c4 unprovoked right away. And yeah, so after c5, we'll briefly look at d5. Black could start with d5, although this is much more rare. And yeah, I'm gonna recommend the same move as I did against c4, which is rook to the central file. Now you might think, shouldn't we be pushing the h pawn and having the rook back here? And that is true, but the rook is the rook will be useful actually in an attack on the king, more from the e file. which is the only open file on the board if you'll notice. So I'm gonna start with c5 because this is far and away the main move. So here again, yeah, we play rook to the center, and again, far and away the main move is bishop e6. So we're gonna look at that first, and then we'll come back and look at d5 instead. So yeah, black seems like he's doing everything right. He's already putting pressure on his king side. So to our advantage, we have 4 pawns out in front of our king, and black only has 3. But the a pawn is undefended. So if we try to go after the bishop can take our pawn, and if we try to trap this bishop, I'm just going to briefly show you. I'm not going to go too in depth because this is not what I'm recommending. Yeah, b5 is the best chance to survive, but yeah, if we play rook a1, it could go quite badly for us. Yeah, again, I'm not gonna go into depth on all this, but if we do go after the bishop this way, he can actually get away with taking the pawn, and we're in some trouble. I haven't even shown you some other lines, some other worse moves for white. But basically, yeah, if we do that, if we do this, we may get mated, and the statistics are not good for white. So after bishop e6, with that in mind, you might think, oh, okay, well, in that case, we should probably play king b1. But actually, no, I'm going to recommend bishop to g5 instead. So as shown by the arrows, the idea is we want to get our own attack going. And it might look like, well, didn't you just say that we can't give up this pawn? Well, actually, in this instance, we can. And there's a cute trick here. So the majority played move is actually for black to go ahead and take this pawn. And we're going to play b3. And it might look like our idea is to trap this bishop. And indeed, we would like to trap this bishop, but actually, white also has another idea. After a5, anticipating that we're going to come here and getting ready to play a4 and either extract this bishop or open a huge attack on us if we dare to take it. But actually here we're going to do something probably unexpected. I mean, this is not what I would think about in this position. I would just kind of be laser focused on the light squared bishop, but actually, believe it or not, we can actually trap the other bishop. And this is another idea of a rook to the open file. So if you look, all of a sudden, this this dark squared bishop is attacked twice and it can't move. And blacks can defend it with rook e8, but then all of a sudden, bishop b5. And yeah, we're attacking the rook. If the knight comes to defend, well, it simply attacks 3 times and defended only once. So that doesn't work. Obviously, if the rook moves, we can take the bishop here. And yeah, if knight d5, well, we can just take the rook. Knight d5 doesn't really work anyway because we could also take the knight. And yeah, this is just game over. So after we attack the rook, yeah, black has just lost. He can try to, and he may as well try to just go forward and hope to checkmate us. But this doesn't work. We can take the rook. Say he takes here, we can just even ignore it because we're going to be just so much material up. And yeah, this is just one sample line, but yeah, he's not checkmating us. So this is a cool idea if he does go for the pawn. Just keep in mind that this this other bishop will actually be hanging in a lot of lines. So okay, so say if black knows this and instead say he tries to get rid of our annoying bishop here with h6. So in a lot of these lines, we can just go ahead and take that h pawn. So okay, so yeah, the best move here is c4, although it's never been found in a game. This position's been reached very rarely, only 3 times, of which white has won 2 and drawn 1. But all the games above 2200 have been won by white. So say if he takes, we're going to take back. And I have a lot of arrows here, but basically, yeah, basically black is going to be mated here. So yeah, if I'll just show you rook e8, the most natural move and the move played in both games that have reached this position. And here we got another sacrifice. We can take this bishop. Again, I wouldn't worry about this too much. We're already 15 moves in, and this position's only been reached 1 time. But this is I'm just showing you some attacking examples. Now these are very sharp lines. This is going to be the sharpest, perhaps one of the sharpest videos in the whole course. Because of the opposite side castling, there's going to be a lot of crazy tactics. Yeah, and knight g5. And yeah, if we can just get rid of this knight, we got mate here. We also have a lot of possibilities along here. And let's go a little further. If bishop f8, bishop h7, knight takes, and that's mate. And otherwise, yeah, black just doesn't have too much to do, because yeah, this is hit 3 times. So yeah, after bishop here, for example, it'll run the king over here, and yeah, at the very least we can win the queen. So yeah, black doesn't really have much to do. And if black wants to try to cover the f7 square, well, he can do that, but let's see. At the very least we got this. I don't have the engine on, but you should be able to finish black off from here. Oops. Damn, I did not mean to go all the way back to the beginning. Okay, so we looked at that line already. We looked at h6. So if h6, most of the time when they play h6, you can sacrifice the pawn. So the second most played after bishop takes a2 is queen a5. So coming in with the queen, which would threaten mate next move. So we pretty much have to deal with that. So a3 and then b5. Black's going all out. And it does look a bit scary, right? This is coming. We can't take. But actually we have a bit of a surprising move here. And another move that takes advantage of this undefended bishop here. We can play bishop f5. And another nice thing is we're getting rid of this attacking bishop. If white takes, we can take this guy, and yeah, we're attacking probably faster than white is. For example, say if he attacks our queen, we can come in, attack the bishop. He takes our bishop. We take his knight. Now we're attacking the bishop, and yeah, this is just better for white. So going back, yeah, that's just the main thing to keep in mind after queen a5, a3, b5, and bishop f5. Only found 5 times. And yeah, if black doesn't take the bishop, oops, rook e8. Actually, I have rook fe8, but this had never been played. And yeah, rook fe8 doesn't really do too much. I think we can safely maybe play here, or maybe take the bishop first and then play here. Now we're covering this square. I mean, yeah, rook fe8 makes some sense to protect this bishop. But I think our attack is just coming a bit faster. Again, this position has never been reached, but yeah, you could. Oops, sorry, Mike fell. You could look at this position for a long time. I mean, this is a great position to study on your own as well. It's very rich, and these opposite side castling positions are great for spotting tactics. Um, so let's go back here. So there's also d5. So d5, instead of bringing the bishop out and attacking straight away, black can play d5. And he does have an impressive center. Now in this case, we are going to move one of our pawns in front of our king. We're going to play c4. Yeah, if black takes, we're going to take. And we've got all this stuff in the center, and our pieces are more active. So yeah, white is just much better. For instance, he brings his bishop out. We bring our bishop. Yeah, and already this is lost. This is just an example of how kind of tenuous black's position is. So very unlikely that black will play that. More often than not, he's going to push forward with d4. But then we're going to bring our bishop here, which is kind of where we want to go anyway. We want to bring our bishop to g5 generally. We want to bring our queen to f4, and then our queen to h4. And then at that point, we're threatening to take the knight and give checkmate on h7. Obviously, black is not going to want us to do that. So he's going to try what he can to prevent this. So oh yeah, so let's look at we're going to look, I have it in my notes with c5 first. Let's see. Sorry. I think 1 second. Sorry, my notes are a bit disorganized. Oh, maybe I have it with d4 first. Okay. Yeah. So here if h6, we can go ahead and take that, and that's going to be mating our huge advantage. And if bishop g4, queen f4 is not a good move here because of bishop d6 hitting our queen, and we're just having to jump back. Oops. So instead, h3 is good, keeping in mind that we're not afraid to open this file because, yeah, we don't mind bringing the rook back to the g file. And yeah, this is going to be good for black. And say if a6 and white's trying to open things up on the queen side, we can play queen f4. And this is a cute trick. If he really tries to lash out with b5, we can go ahead and take this, and yeah, all of a sudden we're threatening mate and threatening the rook, so that's not good. And yeah, basically we're just going to have a slight jump on black in pretty much every variation. Oh, and if he plays queen e6 here, now we can play knight g5. And yeah, there's no sacrifices here. If takes, we can go ahead and take here first because we are we're forking the queen and knight, so he doesn't have time for any kind of stuff like this. So yeah, these lines are really complicated. I have a lot more different variations and cool mates, cool attacks in my notes. But the main thing you need to know here is that yeah, you want to try to get the attack. You want to try to get the attack first. And really the main line here is going to be with bishop e6 first. Yeah, and remember to bring both rooks to the center. And then remember to bring your bishop out to open your rook. And black will probably not be expecting, he'll not probably be thinking about a potential double attack on the dark squared bishop. He's going to be just focused on the king. So keep that trick in mind, and you should do pretty well. So yeah, I actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more variations in the Petrovs. before we move on to the Evans Gambit. So I'm going to go pretty deep into a lot of these lines, even though it is a fairly rare line, but it's good to be prepared. And yeah, these opposite side castling lines are quite critical, so you really have to be on your tactical game. I'll see you in the next video. Any questions, comments, put them down below. Thank you.